Welcome to this briefing by the Soufan Center for the Nordic Safe Cities Network. My name is Naureen Chowdury Fink. I'm the Executive Director of the Soufan Center, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about how conspiracy theories are fueling global insecurity. Conspiracy theories promoting violence have been identified as one of the most serious risks in the United States. One example is QAnon, a far-right movement that forms a narrative around an establishment deep state led by a cabal of elitist pedophiles. Secret messages called Q drops from an anonymous individual known as Q supposedly give insights into evil government practices that need to be rectified. However, the threat is more global than many people realize. One estimate by Vice suggests that QAnon International has 1.85 million members, with followers from a broad range of countries, including the UK, Canada, France, Germany, and perhaps less likely places like Iran, Japan, and Russia. Conspiracy theories and disinformation are also mixing with narratives of populist movements and political parties that have sown xenophobia and intolerance, which creates an enabling environment for violence. This is important because we are seeing more and more that conspiracy theories and disinformation online can have real-world consequences. For example, the murder of 9 immigrants in Hanau was perpetrated by a German man who subscribed to QAnon and xenophobic ideologies. Individuals are mixing ideologies to form a kind of salad bar of motivations for their crimes now. There are similar drivers of radicalization for QAnon supporters, known as Anons, and groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, which also promote exclusivist narratives. And this suggests that conspiracy theories could breed more violence as they evolve. QAnon also draws on anti-Semitic tropes, anti-technology or 5G, and anti-vaccine movements. Distrust in the government has bred distrust in its actions, even when it is to grapple with the pandemic. This has created cognitive openings that other violent extremist groups can exploit. We've already seen this here in the aftermath of 6 January, where hardline extremist groups try to recruit frustrated QAnon supporters who were upset that they could not overturn the election or that Q's prophecies had not come true. Conspiracy theories have also been mainstreamed through wellness and yoga sites and platforms which challenge establishment health practices. We've also seen state actors that have utilized QAnon narratives as part of their disinformation campaigns, increasing the reach and resonance of the conspiracy theory to susceptible audiences in the US and globally. And we are seeing more and more with the salad bar of ideologies that these are leading to violence or support for violence. What then is the solution? A few thoughts we have to offer. First, it is important to develop a risk assessment methodology for individuals that includes consideration of these aforementioned issues. This can help to identify individuals at risk of radicalization and intervene with support and counter-narratives and other programming that may be deemed necessary. It's important to ensure that these are tailored interventions rather than generalized ones. We've seen that a cookie-cutter approach to countering violent extremist or conspirational narratives are not really successful, so tactics need to be tailored to specific contexts. Third, it's important to increase access to education and mental health services. And fourth, to also raise awareness and education about the risks and harms of extremism and conspiratorial movements. Community-oriented and offline solutions are also necessary. Civil society and academic organizations should work to develop and administer digital and media literacy programs through educational and other institutions to prevent vulnerability to online radicalization. It's important to create local and municipal programs that can bring young people together through virtual platforms, particularly during periods of prolonged isolation when we know that more and more young people, more than ever, are spending time online, as are all of us. But it's important to make sure that we can create unifying spaces in the virtual world and to transfer these to offline spaces whenever it's feasible. Peer-to-peer programs, which have been very successful in countering violent extremism programs, can also be powerful in this regard. A final comment: social media companies must re-examine their deplatforming approaches, the design of their algorithms, and the prevalence of disinformation on their platforms, including from foreign influence campaigns. In all of these efforts, public-private partnerships that bring together government, civil society, the private sector, the media, and others is going to be essential, because no one sector is going to be able to manage this threat alone. Thank you very much.